packages are coming like a mystery parade. Another day, another box on the way. I tell her, baby, maybe we should slow it down. She laughs and spins around, says I like what I found.
Hello and welcome. I am Maggie. This is Deals and Distractions, and I share my hauls with honest thoughts, honest opinions. If you are new here, thank you for stopping by. And for those of you that are returning, thank you very much. I appreciate each and every one of you. This haul is mostly Temu with a little bit of Amazon. We've got some what I ordered versus what I've got. I've got wins, I've got fails. We've got some fun things to get through. So I think we're just going to dive into it. I'm going to start off with what I'm wearing. And today we're not talking about clothes. I mean, this is a sweater that I hauled from last year. It's kind of one of those cocoon styles. It's kind of got a popcorn texture to it. It's a beautiful color. I really do enjoy it. But we're going to talk about the makeup that I'm wearing today. And I have quite a few things on that I purchased from Temu, but can also be purchased from Amazon. And we'll just start off with my lips. And this is the how do you say this? Pradier? I don't think you say the R in it. And this is the lip liner. I think there's 12 of them in here. Lipstick and lip pencil. I actually really enjoy this stuff. I have textured lips, and especially for a red liner, we know, most of us with mature skin, we know that red likes to travel. But I was really kind of impressed, but also confused when I first opened these up. So, of course, I ripped the box because I'm not great at opening boxes. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. So it's a pack of 12, and we have a variety of different colors. What I'll do is swatch them all, and then I'll put a picture of all the different colors. And right now, I'm kind of wearing a combination of 2 different colors. I do like these. They're kind of different. They're square instead of round. And I'll be completely honest, when I first, this is one of the colors, Brick. So I'm wearing Brick as a lip liner, and it's so strange. It's different. You have this little kind of tip on it that is like a lipstick and also a lip liner. I lined my lips, let it dry on, and then let it dry down, and then I put on this honey melting lip. I'll talk about this in a second because I love this stuff, but I was impressed. I was impressed with the actual liner, but I was also confused because I'm like, wait, it's square. It doesn't twist. I even popped off the bottom. It didn't twist. It didn't do anything. And I'm like, is this all the product that I get? And then I realize that they actually, it's kind of hard to tell. So we've got browns, we've got lots of different colors in here. We've got neutrals, we've got pinks, we've got mauves. I like the color variation in this. Here's all the other ones. I will swatch them and then put them in the, I'll put a picture up. That's what I'll do. But we have different, it comes with 3 sharpeners. So you can sharpen this. Let's see. They are extremely creamy. I'm just going to, let's see. This is the color 11 BFF4. Best friend for, that wouldn't make sense. I don't know what that stands for. This is very brown. Some people do like their brown liners. I do too, but this isn't one for me. I'm going to let it dry down a little bit, and then I'll rub it to see how long lasting it really is. But should we try? Are you curious? I'm curious. I don't have anything to dump this in though. I just want to see. I want to see if it'll actually sharpen. Because it's such a different liner. I have never seen such a thing. I don't know if you can actually tell that it's all square and then the little tip is, you know, a typical liner. But they really do feel like a combination of a lipstick and a lip liner. Okay, well, it seems to be sharpening. It's making a mess for sure. It is definitely, that's difficult. Oh, I broke it. Okay. Oh, it's wooden. I thought these feel plastic, but they're actually wooden. So after doing all that and making a mess everywhere, but this is kind of what the tip looks like. I'm not 100% sure if I love that. So it is a wooden pen. I think if they wouldn't have made it try to be so unique and just kept it the typical round, you know, type style pencil lip liner, I think these would be 100% a repurchase, but I'm going to have to play with them and see if it's the gimmicky part of it is worth the actual lip liner. But so far, I am loving what it's doing for my lips. I've had a few, you know, I've drank my water. I haven't eaten anything yet, but I've drank and, you know, I've been talking quite a bit already. So I kind of like them. It's just different. It's just different. It's something to get used to, maybe. But I think for the price and how many lip liners and the selection that you get is kind of worth it. I also love the fact that it hasn't like spread up into, you know, the lines on my lip. And then to go with the lip liner, sorry, I made such a mess that this honey melt. I have this honey melt lip gloss soft lipstick. This is by the Natural Republic, and it is a US based company. And Lori from the Corky Cauldron turned me on to this stuff. This is, I am wearing the Berry Chill color. It doesn't have a number, it's just called Berry Chill. And this is one of those ones that you push up from the bottom, you click. It is soft, it is glossy, it is pretty, it doesn't travel. I really love the way it feels on my lips. It doesn't dry out my lips, which is a huge plus. Yeah, I am a little bit obsessed with these. Now, Nature Republic, not natural, Nature Republic. That's what it is. But I will link these down in the description box as well. I am also wearing a new set of the Luxaza eyeshadow sticks. This is the G2 Golden Brown. I do have a brown color on, and I always set my shadows, my liquid shadows, my cream shadows with either a translucent powder or a powder that is similar to the color because I have oily skin, I have oily eyelids, and I love these. I actually really like these a lot. They don't dry out my eyelids. They're very nice to work with. They're creamy. They do dry down. Oh, let's do this before I start. So that is the lip liner. So I wouldn't say it's long lasting. It's not like waterproof. It's not going to not move. So I don't know. I have to play around with those lip liners. I can't completely recommend them. So far on my actual lips, I do enjoy them. But let's test out these. I'm just going to swatch them real quick. I'm not going to do each one individually. How are you all doing? Oh, they are labeled. I did not. How did I not realize that? They are labeled. So this is B22. I'm not a big fan of that gold color. This is 91. 91 is pretty. I have the 91 in the corner of my eyes right now. I'm not a big fan of glitter. I like shimmers, but not glitters. There's a difference. This is the 20 or 22, 28. Wow. Get it together, girl. Get it together. This is the 21, 221. That's a pretty color. That would be pretty with the color that I'm wearing right now. Right now, I am wearing the 154. I do love that color. That is pretty. It blended out so well. I think that would be good for so many different skin color or skin, yeah, skin color, skin tones. And then this one is dark. Let's swatch that. This is 888. So the 888 almost looks like a chocolate color. And then what is this one? The 154 is almost a cool tone brown. Cool tones just look better on my skin tone, but I do really like this one. I do think they're both beautiful colors. I like this one as well. These two, this gold and the white color, it's actually kind of hard to show up because it's glittery. This one at the end is shimmery, but these two are glittery. Ooh, I do love the color that I'm wearing though. I wish I was like bold enough to wear it as deep as it is, but I have really like deep set eyes and it just doesn't look good when I do really dark, bold colors. So where do we go from here? So I am also wearing the Carslin Lasting Moisture Foundation, the 3rd generation in M01. This stuff is so, it's impressive. I have very textured skin. I actually still have it on my hand here. I don't know if I can show you this, but my hands are very textured. They're very scarred. I have tons of sun damage and scarring on my all over, and I just kind of left it on my hand so you can kind of see that it doesn't accentuate the lines on my face or even on my hand. I think this is more of the moisturizing one that kind of brings shine, but they do have an oil one for oily skin. The only thing about this brand is that I wish they were a little bit more inclusive with their colors, but I love the bottle. It is a glass bottle. I also love the fact that it's a pump and you can just put a little bit out at a, at a time. And I don't use that much foundation anymore. This has become my favorite. I do want to try the oil control. And then I think they have one other one. I purchased this from Temu. And you can also find it on Amazon. You can find it in a lot of different places, but I do love what this does for my skin. And because I know not everyone loves makeup, I'm not going to do too much more of the makeup. I was thinking maybe it would be fun to do a get ready with me and we can just chat. Maybe you can hit me with some questions beforehand. For those of you that do like makeup, I'm far from a professional. I don't wear foundation very often. I just recently started wearing foundation. But one thing I do wear on a daily basis every day for since I was like 12 years old is eyeliner. And I have recently, my favorite eyeliner has recently been discontinued. And I started using the Carslin eyeliner, which is Big Eyes Long Lasting Liquid Eyeliner 01. This box is loved and beat up because I keep putting it in the box because I love this stuff so much after at least over a month of wearing it on a daily basis. I know now that I can tell you 100% that this is my favorite eyeliner now. I love everything it does. Now that, I'm getting older, I don't make my wings, I don't make my liner as bold. And I like this stuff because I can make a really thin line just so I get that extra definition. It is a felt pen and it's a nice dark, deep black. And you can control how thick you want your line because it's a flexible type. It's actually, I don't know, it may be a brush. If this is a brush, this is the best brush I have ever used. And I've used a lot of different liners, and this has become my favorite. Joa, the pink one, was my favorite, and when they discontinued that, I've been on the hunt. I've tried multiple different ones. This is very long lasting. I can jump in the shower, wash my face, wash my hair, and still, except for my eyes, and still have a decent looking eyeliner on, fall asleep in it. It still looks good the next morning. I highly recommend this stuff, and especially for the price point, love it. I want to share these with you because they kind of saved me during that big winter storm when Fern hit so much of our country. Canada, it just hit a lot of us, that I used my space heaters a little bit too much because my furnace wasn't working properly, and I burnt out the fuse box basically. And I didn't have power for many days, or not days, many hours. I said days because I'm literally thinking of the people that are still out of power. I recently saw that Angel Mama, who does have a channel, that she was still out of power the last time I saw. She does have a generator, thank God, but it just makes me think of how many people still don't have power and how cold. I mean, we've been in the negatives. By the way, my pipes did defrost, or like get unfrozen without breaking, and I have hot water in my kitchen again. Yay for that. But when I was trying to find an electrician to come, these saved the day for me. I was frozen, and they are heated gloves. I did record a whole video, and something broke in that video and I couldn't share it with you, but these were in that video. They come with a cord. Let me show you. I do like the gloves themselves. The gloves themselves are warm, and each glove does have a little bit of a cord that hangs off. They do, your digits do kind of stick out. There is a little button here. So if you wanted to, you could turn them into mitts. It's not the easiest button to work with, to be honest with you. The only thing about these is when I first got them, there was only about, let's see, there was only about this much of the cord that was separated. And they just started splitting. And I'm not sure if they're actually meant to do that. So that makes me a little nervous. You do have to plug them into a separate battery bank or pack with a USB cord. But they did help keep my hands warm. They only warm on the top. The gloves themselves are nice and warm. The mitts, your thumb is still exposed, but you can turn it into a mitt. Your thumb is still sticking out saying hello. But I was happy. I was glad that I have them. I do want to say that they're a little tight on my hand. I personally think that feels kind of good. The tightness is on my hand feels comforting in a way, but it may be uncomfortable for other people, but for the price and for just an emergency, if your car breaks down or if you get stuck, just emergency purposes, I think these would be good. I purposely bought them for everyday work purposes, but I don't know if I would use them every day. But for the price, I think they're pretty good. I do like them. They did save me from my hands, my feet, and my nose are the first things to always get cold. And when that happens, I'm pretty much miserable. So they did kind of save the day. And with me putting the gloves on my hand, these are tight. These are extremely tight. They're fabric, and you can still see the liner didn't budge at all. And the shadows did a little bit, but they're still there. I mean, we don't rub our eyes that much, or as much as that would. Anyways, we just don't rub our eyes like the way that glove just rubbed on my hand. So let's start diving into what I ordered versus what I got. And if you are a return viewer, you may have seen this necklace before because I have purchased it in the past in another haul, but I repurchased it because I accidentally broke the first one. I got this one stuck. I got this one stuck at work in a box and I pulled backwards and I bent it. I bent the frame back here and I also lost the stone in the middle. And because I love this necklace so much, I have it backwards, I'm sorry. But because I love this retro kind of Art Deco style so much, I decided to purchase it again. On the there's a little tag on the extender that says 925 silver. So when I went to my order where I got this from, I bought another one. And when it arrived, I was like, "Oh, it's beautiful. I love this necklace." And then I pull it out of the bag, and I didn't notice it right away. And I'm very sad. I'm very disappointed because I shared this link and pretty much I have been bamboozled, and so have other people if they thought they were getting this, what I showed in the first one, in my first haul, because this is beautiful. It's bezeled. The stones are bezel set. There's this extra bar on it so the light can shine through, so all the beautifulness can sparkle. But when it showed up for the second time, the chain is not the same. The chain is very just cheap. It says 925, but it's the cheapest chain you could possibly imagine. And then I start looking at the actual pendant. The pendant is this flat piece of whatever this is. I feel like I don't even know if this is actually silver. And then I notice that the stone in the middle, it's glued in. I can literally pop this out right now if I wanted to. These actually do have prongs on them. This stone up at the top right here is not bezel set. It's just glued in. And then the stones up at the top. See, I don't see 925 on anything else of this besides the chain. I can even tell a difference in, what is this called? I forget what this is called. The part that holds the necklace to the pendant part. But I can even tell a major difference in that. It's just not the same item. It looks so similar, but it's not. There's a huge difference in the quality. I mean, I would suspect that maybe the chain wouldn't turn green, but if you wore this, it's going to turn green. Not this one. The one that I did have, I wore it for weeks without it turning green, without any of it discoloring. I was just super disappointed. You can tell, like, this one just is a bunch of, like, I don't know, crystals glued into a setting similar to this. This one does seem like it sparkles a little bit more, but I'd rather have this more of the true Art Deco style than this trying to imitate it. I was just so disappointed, and not just for the fact for myself, but for other people that purchased it because of my recommendation. I did not think that was going to happen. It was the same seller, and this part, the back is the same, but I was really not happy. That is my first, what I ordered versus what I got, that will be being returned. And this is another one. When it arrived, I was 50-50 on how this would be. I didn't think it would be perfect, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad. This is so much of a try hard. This is so much of probably taking someone else's picture, making an AI video or an AI picture or it's AI generated to begin with, and they're like, okay, we're going to try to make this. And let me tell you, Temu is not the only one doing this. There's so many apps, websites, sellers all across the board that are doing this. And for the price that I paid for this, this is going back. But first of all, I'll put a picture up like what it should look like. And this is what arrived. This is some of the cheapest material. First of all, it's supposed to be black, not blue. So we're wrong there. And it's just supposed to be like this cool, trendy. I thought it'd be fun to go to the grocery store in, just kind of bum around the house in, kind of athleisure wear. It does have that extra piping on it like it should, but it's just so cheap. This is one of the cheapest things I think I have gotten from Temu. The way they did the banding on this. I mean, I feel like I could make this, and I'm not a sewer. The material feels just like the outside is that silky feel, but the inside is that itchy, gross feel. It doesn't sit on the body the way it should. Strings of it's got this, which usually isn't a big deal, but this is just so awful. I'm going to be that picky about it. It's just nothing like the picture. It's bad. And then what makes it even worse is the pants. I don't even understand. They took the pants, they took an elastic band and why do we need all this extra fabric? Like why do we I mean, I get that you need to have some extra fabric for the stretch, but I mean, when I buy a size medium, I don't need to stretch out to an extra large. This is just ridiculous. It's just bad. And then you get, because of all the extra elastic, it's just not well made, you guys. It's just awful. It's very much a try hard. And what I liked about this is that it had these really big pockets. I thought when I did buy it, I was thinking of kind of work. I can throw the things that I need in the pockets, which, by the way, if you are aware that I haven't been working, as of right now, I am going to be working a few hours here and there part-time, hopefully. So that is kind of a little bit of a relief. But I mean, I feel like there's more strings, loose strings up here at the top. And it's like, I don't even feel like this is a leg that makes sense. I mean, maybe it does. It was supposed to be baggy. It's supposed to be comfy. The pockets, there is also pockets on the front, which I thought were cool, and then the big pockets on the side. But this is just like, this is a reach, and also for the price. The price is what aggravates me the most. If it was $10, I mean, I would be a little bit more forgiving, but this is just, I am tired of the tryhards. Just don't bother. Just don't bother. And I did already leave some reviews, so if you see some reviews that with the name distorted, that is me. And also too, I just want to say, like, because I am returning this, what I like to do, because this is also a local seller, so I paid an extra $2.99 for it. Even more irritating. And then what I like to do, the bag that it arrived in, I flip it inside out, and then I'm going to send this back in here. That way I'm not trying to find packaging or boxes or whatever. I send it right back in what they sent it in. And it's worked for me for a while now. And so I just thought I would share that. I haven't talked about that for a while, so I thought I would let you know. And then this is another what I ordered versus what I got. Oh, what is this? Oh, and this too. I forgot about this one. I love the way the pattern looks. I like the coloring on it. I'll put again a picture up of what it should look like. And I didn't even realize it at first, but when I first pulled it out of the bag, it should have binding or like a band. It should have a band at the cuff. All this is just a, you know, there's nothing special to this. There's no band at the cuff. There's no band at the bottom. It is a cardigan. I do kind of like the way it looks. It kind of reminds me of a moon, of the moon a little bit. It does have pockets. They did do that. But this is just so, when I put the picture up, you'll understand. This is ribbed. It's a ribbed fabric that just makes it look so cheap. And then the texture, I'm all about my textures. This feels gross. This is itchy. And then what really, really killed it for me is that there's all this extra fabric. I don't know if you can see like the little pieces hanging. They're rough. They feel like they were just burnt off. They're scratchy. They're awful. I mean, the good thing is that it's stretchy. It doesn't fit like a medium. There's nothing good about this. And for $20, no, I don't want it. No, this is not. Now, I do love a lot of things from Temu, but I am starting to like the clothes from Shein. I'm leaning more into Shein clothes than I am when it comes to Temu. But yeah, it does feel weighty. It does feel heavy, but I don't like the fabric. I don't like the way it's made. No, 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 no. That is a hard no for me. Also, a hard no and a very big disappointment for me is this Baccarat Rouge 504 from Temu. I was really hopeful for this. I did haul this in the past. I said I would give an update, and this is kind of my update, is that it smells. It does smell like it should. Initially. Initially it does. And then you spray it. I'm not even going to spray it on myself. I love Baccarat Rouge. I just don't have the budget for it. I like the bottle. It's got the chandelier in the back. But this smell, like, dissipates so quickly, and then you're just left with alcohol. And it's so disappointing. I was happy with the price, and I've shopped for, smell-alikes in a lot of different places because this is such a major fail. I did want to share a major win with you. This one does come from Amazon once in a while. Once in a while, you can also find it on Shein. Do I have it upside down? I kind of have it upside down. This side is right side up. That side is right side down. Or right, never mind. But this is also by Mason, but this is Mason Maison. And this is the Baccarat Rouge 540, where this one is the 504. And they're actually I think they're the same price and the sizes are different. This is also a beautiful box that I think would be a great gift if you know someone that is into peppery smells, that like the the saffron and the bergamot. If you know someone that likes these smells, this would be a really good gift perfume. And it's a beautiful box. There's detailing on it all around. That chandelier again. This one is a much bigger bottle, red bottle, of course. So here is the difference. This does have a metal plate that is embossed that I just scratched up with my nails. But this is the 540. And I love this scent. I love everything about it. It even has like the FW, which stands for Fragrance World. So if you wanted to also find this, you could go to WW Fragrance World and find it there too. I haven't looked there, but it also has their branding at the top. But this smells so good. This could almost be a unisex scent. I do also like to layer this with my snow cherry, but it's very peppery in such a good way. It's peppery in like a sensual type way. This smells strong, like not the scent. I mean, the scent itself is strong and long lasting, but it smells strong, like independent. It smells sexy. It smells powerful, and you can smell the saffron. You can smell the bergamot. It's sexy. It's good. It's good. I love this one. I will forever recommend this. I hope they keep this on the market. I will continue to buy it. Oh, there you go. I'm dropping something. I cannot get through a video without dropping something. My gosh. But I like it. I like it a lot. The box is very protective and pretty. It's a good gift. Valentine's Day is right around the corner. You can order it from Amazon. It is a $30 bottle from Amazon. I think it's well worth it because it's not one of those perfumes that you need to spray a ton on to, it's long lasting. That bottle you'll have for a while. Like this one you would go through this bottle in a week to try to smell like this for 5 minutes and then smell like alcohol afterwards. Another, what I ordered versus what I got. And this is out of my typical norm, but I really liked it. I've been kind of on this journey. And when I saw this, I was like, wow, she looks like a powerful baddie and I want to wear that ring. Maybe not every day. I just really loved the way she looked in the picture. And then she showed up. And first of all, she's not the color that I ordered. I'll put a picture up so you can kind of compare the two. But it's, oh my gosh, it's really sharp too. There's like these metal, like sharp pieces. I don't know. That's kind of dangerous. You could cut yourself on that. But anyways, besides the dangerous part, is that she is supposed to be kind of like this warrior goddess kind of. She is supposed to be a beautiful face with this crown of jewels. And this just looks like a complete chaotic mess. The only detail that you can see is that the eyes. That's it. You can just see the eyes. They have these generic stones glued at the top of her head, a few random ones around. It's just so bad, you guys. It's so bad. It's supposed to be silver or stainless steel, and I don't think it is. I mean, it's weighty, but I don't see any stamping on it. I keep snagging my finger on that sharp piece. It's bad. It's just so bad. It's nothing like the picture. But at the same time, I do have a few things that I was so happy with and very impressed with. So I want to share those with you too. I just don't want to be all about the bad. So give me 1 second and I'll be right back. I am back and I'm looking like a Little Red Riding Hood. I forgot to tell you that it does have a hood and it kind of keeps slipping off because it does have a hood and the hood is huge on this thing. I mean, I could hide my whole face if I wanted to. It's huge, but I love this thing, but it's kind of why it keeps slipping off at the same time. Sometimes I do like to wear the hood when I want to feel extra cozy and cocooned. But I do love this sweater. I will try to find the link if you are interested. Just leave a comment and I can try to find it for you. But I want to share some major wins and I'm going to start off with this. And when it says secret chamber box. And there's actually a secret in here that I did not expect. Oh crap, I don't have it. Hey baby! Sorry, I forgot to put the surprise back in. I can't show you this without having the surprise in the box because I did use it for a while so I could give an update and I'll show you. So in we have the secret chamber box, which I think is actually a nice box. The way it feels, the way the writing on it, it just feels like it would be a fun gift. And with Valentine's Day coming up, but this box is so cool. It does come in gold as well. And there's this little key on the back. And I'm going to try to do it. So I don't know if you can tell. Every time I spin the little key in the back, these little snake heads come in. And then it pops open. And what I was so surprised to see is that it actually came with the ring. I thought it was just a ring box, but there was actually a ring in it. It's actually a pretty ring. I mean, first of all, this box is the coolest box, and we'll come back to that in a second. But the ring is pretty. It is sparkly. It is an adjustable ring, so I assumed that it would start turning my finger green, and it did. It kind of took about a week, which I was surprised that it didn't do sooner. But it's pretty. It was cute. It was a nice surprise to see the ring was actually in there. But this box is so cool. It feels so Slytherin and Harry Potter-ish. I did get it from a local seller, but now you can get it from the Temu warehouse, so you don't have to pay the two extra 99. But then, so this box, oh, I locked it back again. So you just spin it. You spin the little key and the snake heads all move, and you can literally feel when it gets tight, when it locks itself. And after you get to that point, it literally pops. It's so cool. It is so fun. I love everything about this. If this was metal, it'd be pure perfection. Like if this was metal, this would be something that I'd want to pass down to my grandkids or something. It's got this really pretty red velvety soft, fabric in there. It's got the cushion. It's got the spot to put your ring. So if you did want to do something special for someone, you could do that. You could put whatever in there too. Around the sides, you can kind of see where it's put together, but for the price, and you can just, it's all just this, it's just so cool. It feels so magical. It feels so mystical, and it does lock up. But just how fun is that? How fun is that to see the snake heads move? I'm sorry, I love it. The kid in me, the magical person in me just loves everything about this box. The Harry Potter lover is just, the Slytherin in me loves everything about it. So I had to share that with you. Then in my last video, I hauled the Totoro, the neighbor Totoro light, and I said that there was another light that I had hauled and that was so impressive. I kind of wish I would have held off because now there's so many other versions of this and it's just so good. I did get an extra piece that didn't make any sense to me. I don't know if I accidentally got someone else's order, but I guess it really doesn't even matter. But what we get is this picture. It's made out of actual wood. It has this little actual typical picture frame, so you can stand it up if you want to. There are teeth on the back. And it is this, there was a very satisfying cellophane over the top that I pulled off. Unfortunately, it's gone and I can't share it with you again. But it has this cord. And it's a decent length cord. Let me grab my battery charger so I can plug it in for you. You have all these on, off. Okay, come on, Maggie. Get it together. So you got the on, off. Look at it. Maybe I'll turn this off so you can see it a little bit better. But we have the starry night, and it has this whole beautiful scene of almost kind of like Italy or something. It's got the mountains behind it. You can adjust let me see. Okay. You can adjust how bright it is. Right now I'm turning it down. Now I'm going to turn it up. You can also adjust the colors. So there's almost like a bluish light, a yellow light, and then a bright white. It's just so cool and it's so good. And I almost feel if you wanted to, you could switch it out. There are RBG, sorry if I'm blinding you. I didn't even consider that just now. But you can switch out, maybe you could find a way to switch. There you go. So you have a yellow, a white, and a blue. Okay. So yeah, isn't that cool though? So this whole piece can slip in and out. And you can add maybe another picture if you want to, but I was so impressed, so happy. I think this was $10, but now they're like adding all these magical scenes, water scenes, fairy scenes of these kinds of style, you know, pictures, picture boxes, picture frames. The only thing I would recommend is that you actually read the description, because some of them say that they're 2D and I don't think they're as thick as this, and some of them probably don't even light up. So if this is something that you are interested in, just make sure that you read the description and all the details, read the reviews, but it's so cool. It's such a cool scene. Cool light. I love my lights. But yeah, that's neat. And especially for the price. Uh-oh. Now my light doesn't want to turn on. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Yeah. So it's so good. I wish it came in like a black or something, but it's okay. Like, I will sacrifice my color of choice for how cool that is. That may end up being a gift, but we will see. Now I want to dive into a couple of these real quick. They're already kind of in their places because, again, my video didn't work out. And where are we? So I hauled these. I already have my little thing broke off, so I decided to put it, my little stinky chain, which I did a few videos ago. I decided to put it on this mesh bag. I did get it for free, but I think it's like $4. It's got 2 pockets, one on the front, has this like little hanger, and it also has, I do need to cut off all these mesh, like little, there's like these little extra bits hanging off I need to cut off, but I have a couple books in here. I've been getting a lot of workbooks, a lot of just stuff. I thought this would be a really good way to organize my cards and stickers maybe. But okay, well, I have a couple cards in here to get ready for Valentine's Day. And here is one that says, there are 26 bones in the body. Want to make it 207? Wait, did I say 26? There's 206. Let me start over. There are 206 bones in the body. Want to make it 207? Ha ha ha. Yeah, I know. I can't help myself. And then also, it puts the lotion on the skin. I think I hauled this last year, and I really like the tattoo style. I'm really diving into that a lot more lately, so I picked it up again. And then I also picked up this Divine Feminine book, and I love the artwork on this. It's beautiful. And I just, I've been doing all this like work, self-help and like internal work, and there is, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, and I feel like I have a bit of an imbalance. So I thought that this book could be kind of helpful. And there's a lot in here. Understanding Divine Feminine, kind of talks about the history, talks about embodiment, the culture of embodiment, the characteristics of the Divine Feminine. It's compassion, creativity, intuition. It's nurturing, receptivity, emotional depth, connection to nature. It also has like because there's like there's a duality there. You can't have the feminine without the masculine. The masculine can't be there without the feminine. And it's kind of like what role each one plays. And because I feel like I've been in such a you know, trying to figure it out, such a logical masculine type energy that I really wanted to kind of dive into the feminine a little bit more. And I thought this book would be helpful. It's got, you know, all the core attributes of feminine and masculine. There is the how to know if you're unbalanced and how to get back in balance. And that's what I'm looking for. I know that for me, there is this combination of, you know, walking through life with both energies. And, you know, I know sometimes people think, oh, feminine energy, and they think it's about being sexy, and that's not always it. You can be a tomboy and have a balanced feminine energy. It's all about the internal self-help stuff. So I really thought this was good. Embody divine feminine areas to strengthen your emotional healing and reflection. Spiritual practice, boundaries, saying no, pampering and pleasuring. We all need those, like, you know, days where we pamper ourselves. We all probably need to put those boundaries up. So yeah, I thought this book was really interesting, and it's all about the internal and not the external. That's where my focus is lying lately. Yeah. And then also, I forgot about this. This is another what I ordered versus what I got. And I do think this is sold out on Temu right now. But when it arrived, they didn't place the book, the cover, where it should be. Everything inside seems to be perfect. Like, none of the letters are cut off. It's just the cover. This is actually the same book that you can get on Amazon. And it is Time Management in 20 Minutes a Day. I've talked about that I'm not great with time management. So I thought this book could be helpful. There's all sorts of stuff in here. Everything from, like, managing emails, or how to organize better. There's a lot of different things in here. How to use the book. I'm trying to see where freedom, digital blocking. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. There's even support groups that you can join into, websites to get more information, apps and services. Interesting. I haven't dove into this one yet. There's a time blocking chart, which I kind of like that. Give yourself a break. What works for you, keeping yourself in mind, follow the steps. Avoiding time vampires. There's all sorts of vampires. There's not just time vampires. There's energy vampires, emotional vampires. And it's not just always people. Like, I can easily find things to waste my time on, thinking, oh, I need to do this and this. Just really, I'm avoiding doing the things that I really need to do. And those are time vampires. Vampires are just the things that keep you from doing the things that actually matter, basically. So I find that funny that that is also in here. Saying no politely, avoiding time vampires. But what if you're one of those people that kind of find the things that they don't necessarily come to you? Anyways, I'm curious about this book. So if you also struggle with time management, I think it might be something worth looking into. I also picked up, actually, I got this for free, and I got that pink one for free too, if I didn't mention that. And I like the fact that it's mesh, so I can actually see what's inside. I like the fact that it has a handle, so I can kind of pick it up and take it with me. It does kind of have all this extra zipper stuff here. I'm not sure what the purpose of that is, but it is kind of this bag, so you can organize whatever it may be for you, however you feel fit. It also does come with this little clear, kind of folder, and also with this paper so you can label what's inside. This one is a little different where it has one big pocket up at the top, and then it has two smaller pockets down on each side. And we have this book, and I want to say thank you to those of you that participated in the how many times did Maggie say this type game. I was going to continue playing it. Maybe we'll pick it up again. But I got the vocabulary builder workbook, and this is a big book. I think you can get it. I bought this off Temu, but you can also get it off Amazon as well. And there's so much in here. I learned just scrolling through it. This thing has a lot to it. It's got, what does it say? Simple lessons and activities to teach yourself over 1,400 must-have words. And I think there's like over 200 lessons. And it teaches you, I don't know if this is exactly what I was looking for or if I quite understood what this book was, but it talks about how the English language has adopted words from so many other languages. It talks about how to properly pronunciate. It talks about words that we get from French and German, Italian, from India, words for traveling, I guess, misleading words, quiet to noisy. I'm not sure what all this means, but there is so many chapters to this book. There's a lot to it, and it literally kind of tells you how to use the book, how to do the lessons, prefixes, parts 1 and 2. It gives you little kind of tests down at the bottom, almost feels like you're back in school, and it kind of feels like a textbook that you would get in school that isn't hardcovered. But this book has a lot. I was really impressed. Like, I didn't expect for it to, say all the things about other languages where English has adopted it. Like, I just learned that denim comes from French. The word restaurant comes from French. So it's really kind of interesting. So if you're also curious about maybe building your vocabulary, because I know I struggle sometimes to, come up with other words besides saying, oh, this is cute, and just, I want to become a better speaker, a better storyteller, a better communicator. And I thought this book would be helpful. So I picked that up. I also have this book. This book is called The Awakened Witch, Trusting Power Within. I thought the artwork on this was absolutely beautiful. I thought it kind of went with the Divine Feminine book. And before I start diving into it, I just want to say, I understand that the word witch is more acceptable. Social media has kind of made it more well known. It's, history back in the day. If you were thought to be a witch, you were demonized, you were prosecuted. A lot of awful things happened. And yet today, I still feel like there's some misunderstanding. I think a lot of people think that, witch means that you don't believe in God, or it also means that you are white magic, or you are dark magic, or black magic. And there's so much more to witch, the word witch, the word witchcraft. There's so much more to it. So I really want to dive into this book. I really liked some of the things this book offered. It's got journaling and self-reflection. I think one of the main themes across the board, because there's so many different types of witches out there. There are kitchen witches, there are hearth witches, there are chaos witches, there are pagans, there are Wiccans. But I think the overall theme of all witches is that they are just very intentional. They know that the words that they speak have meaning, that they have energy behind it. They are intentional through the way they walk through the world, the things that they do. I think that is an overall theme. And there was something in here that I did see. I'm going to go through it real quick. At the very thing says you are ready to belong. And I think everybody just wants to find a place to belong. There's identity mapping, journaling and reflection, empathy for others, your draw to magic, unique practices, affirmations. There's just a lot to this. Proof of magic. I think there's magic in everyday life. We just need to look for it and find it. Some people may call it a miracle. And I just feel like that's the difference. You know, like, I don't know. I learned a long time ago when I walked into a church because I was Catholic, and I walked into talked to a priest, and I was telling the priest that I was 15 years old. I was lost. I was homeless. I was confused. And I told this priest everything that I had been through, everything that was going on, the self-destructive path that I was down. I told him that I was confused, that if there was a God, then why would all these awful things be happening? And that man told me that I was a hopeless case. And I walked out feeling completely broken. But I didn't want to give up on myself. I was on the edge. But I felt like there was something more. And what that did was kind of open my mind and kind of expanded me to what a higher power could be and what it means to me. And I know a lot of people think, oh, witch doesn't believe in God. And the witch doesn't always... That's not necessarily true. Today, my relationship with God is stronger than it ever has been. Am I still confused because I don't always understand? Yes, I am. But today I have a relationship with God. So anyways, there's so much in here. There's solidarity versus shared practices, sacred in the ordinary. I cannot find the part that I wanted to share with you because it's actually beautiful. It's just about talking about what is being a witch. It's about finding the sacred in the everyday. It's about connecting with nature. It's about knowing that everything has energy. It's about knowing that there's something more at play, and it's about connecting with that. However you feel fit. Some people go to church to do that. Some people, you know, create their own little churches. And yeah, I don't know. I know I'm babbling, and I know it's not for everyone, and that is okay. But I love sharing this with you because I am very passionate about this because it saved my life. So we will move on from that. And what else do I want to share? I think that's where I'm going to call this video. I think that's where I'm going to call the haul. Oops. Oh, nope. One more thing. I do want to share the Curve Life, the semi-glue. It's semi-glue and remover set. So Cheryl for Peace has been swearing by this glue, and I broke down. I bought it. It is from Amazon. I do have it on right now, and this stuff is good. This is a good nail glue. I do also like my brush glue, though. The one that I hauled a few videos ago, I still really love that one. The only thing about this is that for me, I am messy. I make a mess with glues that, you know, are more of a gel. I like the liquids, but I do have to say I am impressed with the hold. This nail is cracking before it's falling off. So Cheryl knows what she's talking about. I just, for my own personal preference, I do think I like the brushes, but this is nice. It seems like a small little bottle. I do think I used a little bit too much where I had like overflow under my nails. So next time I will use a little less, but I also did get the one that has the remover with it. It has this little fine tip on it because I knew I was going to be messy. I have tried a lot of other glues similar to this, and I usually get it everywhere besides under my nails. So I got this as well. I didn't have to use it this time besides to kind of break up some of the overflow, but it's strong. It is a good glue. I think I'm going on day 7 now. And with the one that I hauled, which I'll show it again because I bought more. I think I went 2.5 weeks and I purposely pulled off my nails. And I know that I wasn't working at the time, so it may have played a factor in it. But yeah, I do like this glue. I do like this glue though. I think it's like $11.99. So, you know, if you like the gels, Cheryl knows what she's talking about. Not that I doubted it. Not that I doubted her. But at the same time, you know, you gotta find what works for you. The stick is stuck. Okay. The stick is stuck. It does come with a pusher, a cuticle pusher, and a little nail file. So it does also come with a little booklet. Did I do it again? Did I get the dang thing stuck again? Anyways, all right, you guys. I also just want to say thank you so very much for those of you that had answered my question of like, what kind of videos are you watching on YouTube? What purposes? What do you enjoy? A lot of us have similar, you know, tastes in what we consume on YouTube. So I love that. I will probably have a few more questions coming in. I hope you kind of entertain me. I want to make this fun for the both of us, and I cannot do this without you guys. So you are going to be a part of the expansion of what this channel is going to be. Do I exactly know what that is? Not quite, but I have some ideas. But I just want to say thank you so very much for choosing to spend your time with me. If you have not subscribed, please consider hitting that button, ringing the notification bells. Let me know what you thought of this haul. Give this video a big thumbs up and share it out to someone who may enjoy it. I want to say thank you so very much for your support, for your understanding. Please stay safe, stay kind, and stay warm. I know it's still cold. I know winter is still in effect for sure. So with all that being said, I just truly appreciate you. Please don't forget to love yourself, love a friend, love a stranger, and I'll see you on the next one.
Another day, another box on the way. I tell her, baby, maybe we should slow it down. She laughs and spins around.